welcome to my channel, and today I am going to be doing my Christmas book haul. Now this video is going to include the books that I got for Christmas, and I did actually get quite a few which I'm very happy about, and it'll also include the books I got from Waterstones, as for my birthday I got quite a lot of Waterstones book vouchers. I also got some Amazon book vouchers, I think about £25. They have already been spent on books, I just haven't received them yet. I don't know what's taken them so long, but when those arrive I'll do a separate book haul video just for those Amazon books. So I'm going to start with all the books I got for Christmas. So the first book I got was The Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher. Now I got this from Fiona, one of my family friends, and when I first opened this I thought, oh no, I already have this book. But when I opened it up, if you just bear with me, look at it. To Sophie, Merry Christmas, Tom. It is signed to me. I was so happy. This is the best thing I got this Christmas, I have to say. But it turns out she went to his signing when he was in Leeds. I couldn't make it because I was working. So she got an extra book, asked him to sign it for me. I am so happy she did. This made my Christmas. It is the best present ever, and thank you so much, Fiona, for this present. The book I got from my mum and dad is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the illustrated edition. They got me the Philosopher's Stone illustrated edition for my birthday, and they brought me this for Christmas, so I have the whole collection, and I think this might become a tradition, them buying me a Harry Potter book every year. I'm guessing in 2017 The Prisoner of Azkaban will be released, I'm hoping, so hopefully they will get me that for my birthday next year. But I'm so happy I got this, and the illustrations, like the Philosopher's Stone, are just so beautiful. I haven't managed to have a good look at it yet, but I can't wait to have a good look through and look at all the pictures, because these books are just so beautiful. If you haven't looked at them yet, you at least have to have a quick look if you don't want to buy them, just because the illustrations are perfect. I also got two books from my boyfriend's mum and her partner, and the first book was A Boy in Striped Pyjamas by John Boyne. I've seen the movie of this, I saw it back when I was still at school quite a while ago, but I've always wanted to read the book, so I'm so happy I got this little book. And I know people don't refer to it as a classic, but I'm going to include this in my classics because I want to read one classic every month. I'm going to include this. I just hope it's not as bad as the film, because the film had me in tears. And I won't go through the plot, but I think everyone knows what it's about. It's set in Nazi Germany. It follows the son of a Nazi who basically runs a concentration camp. He meets a young Jewish child, and it follows from there. I'm not going to tell you anymore just because spoilers. The next book I got from them is All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood. I think this was one of the books that was nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I liked the sound of it, so I popped it on my to-read list. I believe it follows a drug dealer's daughter, and I'm not quite sure what else. I am wanting to read a bit more contemporary, trying to get a bit out of fantasy, broaden my horizons. So I think this will be a good read. It's a nice pretty hardback as well, so I'm happy with that. And then I got some books from my best friends, Michelle and Matt. I'll start with Michelle's first. The first book she got me was The Widow by Fiona Barton. Now I believe this follows the widow of a serial killer, and it's about her side of the story. That's what I got from the blurb, but I am quite into crime and thrillers, and I didn't really read last year. Last year, 2016, was mostly YA fantasy year. So I'm happy to get into crime, thrillers, and hopefully this will get me back into it. I think The Widow was also on the Goodreads Choice Awards, as was Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. Now this is about a couple who from the outside look like they're the perfect couple, but from the synopsis it sounds like something's not going right. I think the man's a bit controlling, not letting his wife go out, not letting her text, talk to her mates. So I think this will be quite interesting. Again, it's a thriller kind of genre, so I'm glad to be reading this. And also I got my friend this book, so we kind of bought each other the same book. She's read it and she said it's very good. And she also got me Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This has been catching my eye for a while just because of the pretty colour, but also it seems quite different, I would say. I think it's about a place where they're split into red and is it silver bloods, and this follows a red blood that lives in the silver part of the place. That's what I'm getting from it, and I think she becomes a queen. That's all I really know, but I know that people are liking this series, so I want to give it a go. And then I'll move on to what my friend Matt got me. Now, he bought us one book which was a little stab in the dark, and luckily, I don't know how this happened, but he got me Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, which I believe is a sequel to Red Queen. So this was a really big coincidence because I've asked them and they said they did not plan it at all. I think this is the whole series so far. I don't think the third book's been released yet, but I may be mistaken, but I'm actually quite happy with this. The other book Matt got me is one that I've had in iron for a while and I was going to buy it, and I'm actually quite glad I didn't now, and that's the Victoria Letters by Helen Rappaport, I think. But if you don't know, on ITV this year they had a little series about Victoria when she was younger, and Jenna Louise Coleman from Doctor Who played Victoria. It was a very good series. And then I found out it was based on a book of letters that Victoria had written, and I obviously wanted the book. But the good thing is about the book is that it comes with different pictures from the movie, so which I think is quite good, and I can't wait to give it a read. I actually think this might be on my to read list for January because I do want to give it a good go. It also gets me reading some non-fiction, which is something I want to do in 2017. And the last book Matt bought me was Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. This is a new series that Disney are doing, a YA series, about what would happen in certain Disney universes if a certain thing didn't happen. So I think Once Upon a Time, this one is obviously Sleeping Beauty, and I think this one, from the blurb it sounds like the prince falls asleep when he kisses Sleeping Beauty. But then it goes on saying stuff about Maleficent living through Aurora's dreams. So this will be quite interesting, but I always love a good fairy tale retelling, and the fact that Disney are doing their own, that's great. This also ties in with what my boyfriend bought me. I knew he was buying me this because I saw it in London, and he was like, oh, I'll buy that and give you it for Christmas. And he bought me A Whole New World by Liz Braswell, which is the first book in this series. So Matt is either psychic or he knew what everyone else was buying me. But A Whole New World is obviously based around Aladdin, and this is based around what would have happened if Aladdin never found the lamp and Jafar found it instead. And I think this one is going to be so interesting. I believe Jasmine is now a deposed princess because she's no longer a princess, her father's no longer the Sultan, was he? But I can't wait to give this a read, and again, this is definitely going to be on my January TBR. And then I had quite a few Waterstones vouchers, so I went to Waterstones and bought them. I originally was going to go around every section and maybe buy a book from every section, but I didn't even get out of the adult fiction section, so just the general fiction section, before I'd spent quite a lot. Overall, I spent £60, but after using all my vouchers, I only had to pay £25, which I think is brilliant, especially because I got loads of hardbacks. I basically ended up at the hardback section and I bought loads of hardbacks, and I think I did pretty good. And again, all these are adult fictions as well, so it's getting me out of YA, even though I'm still going to be reading lots of YA obviously, but I want to start reading a bit more adult fiction, so this will be quite good. But anyway, the first book I got, which I think all these books that I did get were also on the Goodreads Choice Awards. I think lots of them were nominated, because what I did this year is I went through every single nomination, read the blurb or description of each of them, and if I liked them, I put them on my to-read list. So there's quite a few books on here that were from the Goodreads Choice Awards. If you don't know who was nominated or anything, I'll put a link down below for you. The first book I got was The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. Now, this is a historical fiction, and normally when I read historical fiction it's based around World War II, but I'm wanting to get out of that and read a little more general historic. And this is set around the time of slavery, and I believe it follows a slave who escapes and uses the Underground Railroad to escape, which I think will be quite interesting. I haven't read any fiction about this era, but when I was at university I did do a whole module on slavery, so I think it'll be quite interesting to give it a read. And just so you know, it was also the National Book Award winner of 2016. The next book I got was something that caught my eye straight away on the Goodreads nominations chart, and that was Before the Fall by Noah Hawley. Now, this is something that would probably scare me a bit, but it's about a plane that crashes and it follows the survivors trying to work out why the plane crashed. Was there a bomb? Was there something else? Was it sabotage? But I think it sounds really interesting. It's nothing like I've read before, and also I am one of those people who haven't flown. Yes, I'm 24 and I've never been on a plane, but just because I'm scared of it crashing. So this might scare me, might not ever get me on a plane again, but it sounds interesting and it's one of those shiny covers, and I really wanted it in hardback because it just looked really pretty. The next book I got is something that has been mentioned on BookTube before, and it was also nominated in the Goodreads Choice Awards, and that is The Nest by Cynthia Diapric-Sweeney. I think I pronounced that right. Basically it's about a rich family, the father dies, and I think it's following them trying to split up the money, or maybe there's no money left and it's sending them into turmoil. I believe that's how it follows, but it's a pretty cover. And it sounds interesting. I haven't read many family dramas, so I think it'll be interesting to give it a read, but the booktubers I've seen mention it. I think Prue's Project has been one of them. It does sound interesting, it sounds different, and I can't wait to give it a go. The last book I got after this huge book haul has been a book I've wanted since I found out it was a retelling of The Tempest, which is my favourite Shakespeare play, and that is Hagsea by Margaret Atwood. Now, believe it or not, I have never read any Margaret Atwood in my life. I know lots of people have read her. She's wrote quite a few books, and I think in the future I might want to read some more, but I'll see what this is like first. And I think this is basically The Tempest set in a prison, which I think will be very, very interesting. And the cover, I think it's quite different as well. No nice print, the eye of the creature, I don't know. But I'm going to go into this blind. I think this will be on my January TBR, because I'm filming this obviously before I film my TBR, even though my TBR will go up before this video. But yeah, Hagsea by Margaret Atwood, I can't wait to give this a read. But yeah, that was my Christmas book haul. Like I said, my Amazon stuff still hasn't arrived yet, but I'll upload a haul as soon as that comes. Have you read any of these books? What did you think? If so, just comment down below and we can have a little discussion. What books should I also read first? Because I'm struggling to find books to read because I have so many and I don't know what to read first. So if you just comment down below what's your favourite book from this haul, just because I have no idea what to read and what to read in what order. Because January's TBR, I'm probably not going to stick to it, to be honest. But yeah, as usual, you can subscribe or like this video, and there's also my Twitter, Goodreads, Instagram and Snapchat to follow. All the links are down below, and I will see you later. Bye!